Hey, Panda.
Hey, Namor.
You were on a roll there, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, doing a little bit of writing.
I got it like a half page, which is okay, given it was like I was doing this for an hour?
Hmm.
Actually, that was pretty good. That's
Pretty
pretty
good,
good.
pretty good. Yeah.
Faster than my usual, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, we thought we would just do half a chapter, and then Panda wanted to get back to other things.
Yeah, probably sleeping.
Yeah. So let's do half a chapter.
Yay!
This is about a 5,200 word chapter, I think.
Okay.
So we'll do about 2,500 words. Do you remember what happened last time?
Sorry, I need to sneeze. No, okay, sorry.
It was
The heroes got here.
yeah, the
There was
heroes
some
arrived.
Degrassi.
There was some Degrassi.
Oh, hey, you wrote summaries. That's what these are for. There we go. Now I can cheat. Right. Victoria's being mean because the villain saved Amy first.
Hmm.
And oh yeah, the heroes are here and there's like fighting happening. That's what I got.
Okay, that's fair. Actually, do you remember the context about what happened between Glory Girl and Panacea?
Huh?
What do you remember about the stuff that happened prior to Glory Girl seeing her again?
They were attacking the truck because they found the guy.
They were attacking the no. I mean, I'm talking specifically about why Glory Girl is angry.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember?
Yeah, she got her head messed with, quite literally.
In what way?
They fantasy it made it so that Victoria couldn't hate her.
Couldn't hate her?
I think it was like love, like
Okay.
she loves her.
Yeah.
I think it was something like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a while, so I was just
I
wondering.
remember the drama.
Okay, so you do remember. Okay,
I remember that. Come on. What kind of a panda do you take me for? I am here for blood and shipping. Well, wasn't there a goddess of like love and chaos?
cool. Yeah, Ishtar, right?
Yeah, let me see. Well, actually, isn't it? Let's see. Eris doesn't count. I think there was a goddess that was love and chaos.
Hmm.
But I don't remember who it was. There was somebody. Oh no, I'm thinking of Paimon.
Oh yeah,
The
Paimon
djinn.
also, yeah.
Tiamat? Anyway, I'm doing the ancients proud by being all about the drama, the shipping, the chaos, the singing. Yes.
Yes. Love and chaos.
Ishtar, the first goddess of love and war.
Hmm.
Create chaos and confusion. There you go. I'm doing you proud, Ishtar. If you're real.
All right. Well, why don't we get started? In Prey 14.4. Me? Tattletale quirked an eyebrow. Sure, Chariot said. Just behind and to one side of him, Glory Girl was glaring at Tattletale. She looked like she was ready to hit people. It was the kind of latent hostility I was used to seeing in Bitch. Not terribly fair to my teammate, if it's just a one-on-one conversation. Are you gonna take this or not? Chariot asked, his hand still extended in her direction. No real point, Tattletale shrugged. She tucked her hair behind her ear and turned her head. Already have one.
Have a what?
An earpiece.
Mm. Mm.
Battery stepped forward, glancing over at our team. This one is already set to the encrypted channel. It's faster if... Tattletale interrupted. Uplink 335 encryption 42 mod 342 10066.
I love her. She's so cool. Oh, I just made a terrible connection. Roman, who's my favorite character from Bungo Stray Dogs? Can he do this? Yes,
Yeah,
he can.
Yeah.
Type.
Well,
Yeah, my favorite. Yeah, the guy. Yeah, the character I had a crush on in Magi was like this too. He's just like no shit.
yeah.
I have a I don't know why I'm saying this like I'm proud
The
of myself.
ones with bullshit information powers.
Listen, I have anxiety. And what is the thing that makes me most anxious? Uncertainty. Wouldn't it be great to have an SO who just knew everything at all times? I find this attractive.
Okay. You have access to our channel.
I didn't like that okay.
Battery growled, interrupting Tattletale's spiel of numbers.
It's Tattletale, sweetie. You don't have to read into the whole spy thing for this one. She could have figured this one out on her own. She really could have.
Mm-hmm.
I think she could have, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, so she figures out passwords pretty fast.
Tattletale shrugged. Have for a while now. Battery...
I love that dig. She's like, yeah, I have for a while now. I like it. Oh my god.
Battery raised one hand to her ear. Yeah, Battery, Tattletale grinned. Let's do as the director says and get down to business.
Let's get down to business
Ba-da-dum.
to defeat the 9.
Ba-da-dun-dun-dun.
Did they give me heroes, villains when I asked for heroes? Something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Battery drew a phone from her belt and tapped her fingers on the keypad for a moment. She gave Tattletale a dark look as she held the phone out. A woman's voice said, "Not like you to tip your hand, Tattletale."
Miss Piggy!
Director, are we really going to pretend you didn't know I was listening in?
Ooh!
You've been putting out misleading details to screw with my information gathering.
Ooh!
Done quite a good job of it, if I say so myself. Very subtle. All of it just right enough that even I was thrown off.
Ah, that's how you disinformation. Oof.
Couldn't trust much of it. Thank you.
Oh my god, this is... what do you call this? This is like such a flex. This is such a flex. I love it. Telltale, you win. I love you. You're the best.
And you did catch me off guard here. I didn't expect you to contact me. You've been busy, your groups, fighting Burnscar in the docks. I gathered that didn't go so well, the director said, pausing. I didn't even want to think about that. I hadn't been back to check on my people or my territory since then. We had been busy.
Yes, you have been.
Then you ambushed the 9, capturing 2, one of whom you enslaved. But you lose one of your own in the process. You mount a rescue attempt.
You got him back.
I take it that you were successful? Drew's here, Battery informed her. But he looks different.
Cooler.
So, they were successful. And now we find the Undersiders...
Get it? He looks cooler because he was in the fridge. Actually, the pun was not intended, but I had to point it out to you when I realized. Because why not? The chaos.
Gotta throw in our quota of puns.
We have a quota? I've exceeded it, whatever that quota is. I exceed it every time.
Yes, every time.
The quota is 0.
And now we find the Undersiders mounting a pincer attack, with this group targeting Siberian? I suspect you're crossing the threshold of fearlessness and entering into foolishness.
You scared? You scared? I think she's scared.
That last comment nettled me.
Oh! So Taylor doesn't like being called foolish. Is this a trigger thing, being called foolish by heroes? Didn't Nebmaster do something like this to her way back in the day? Didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that because at that point I was just like, get fucked, man.
I spoke up. The 9 don't really leave you alone once you've scored a win. We had to seize our advantage.
Oh. Ooh.
I see.
It's not fighting words.
And she has a weakness. Siberian, I mean, Tattletale said.
Not Taylor. Taylor has no weaknesses. Taylor is her own greatest weakness. Her crippling self-esteem issues. I'm sorry, is that too much of a burn?
Nah, it's a fair hit.
I'm being unfair to Taylor. Nah, but seriously, Taylor's the one who bees the most unfair to Taylor. Go on.
Do tell?
Mm-hmm.
She's a projection, like Genesis is, as I'm sure you're aware.
She's a VTuber! She's an avatar!
Like Crusader's duplicates. A quirk in reality that draws from her creator's brain to create a body complete with all the physiological substructure, which is largely for aesthetic effect.
So what you're saying is that she's anatomically correct.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm just so amused. I'm sorry. Is this too much? Do I need to tone it down?
No. Keep going. This is what people are here for.
Why do you guys listen to me? I'm insane.
Which is largely for aesthetic effect, and I guess it gives her real self something the brain is familiar with controlling anyways.
Ugh. There's something really gross about that. Go on.
And the controller is vulnerable? There was a note of interest in the director's voice. Particularly vulnerable. She can't extend her invincibility over her real body.
Ooh. How'd you figure that one?
Taylor was talking about it last chapter.
When they were attacking the truck.
When they were attacking the truck.
I know she was like extending the force field over the truck, but how do we get this bit?
Because Taylor was noticing that, like...
There's parts of the truck that it didn't cover?
No. That, like, wouldn't it be easier to just take out the controller directly instead of carrying around a truck? Right? Yeah.
Oh, so she figured it out. Okay.
That's the assumption anyway.
That's cool.
I'm not sure I believe this. The Nine would have discovered this, and I doubt the baser members could resist taking advantage of such a weakness. The power has range. I suspect the creator can stay miles away and still manage some control, but ventures closer for voyeuristic purposes.
He is a pervert. He is a pervert. Tattletale said this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it must be true. He's a pervert.
Or because it offers more control and faster response times.
See, that's also part of the perversion, the control issues. He's just a massive pervert.
Much like Regent,
No. Regent's not really a pervert in that same way.
Wait.
He's done terrible things, but
I think you're kind of missing the conversation here. Miss Pigot was not saying Regent's a pervert.
Regent's not exactly... I mean, I feel like Regent's a little too dead inside to be a real pervert, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little too much sociopathy. See, a pervert gets enjoyment out of this. Regent just kind of... I don't know how much enjoyment he actually gets from some of the things he does.
I don't remember... I don't know how much you remember of his interlude. But I would say he got some sense of pleasure from controlling another person.
Okay, so okay. So he's a pervert, a smaller, younger pervert, but he's also a pervert. Okay, that's fine. Fair. It's okay, you guys are all perverts. It's fine.
Much like Regent, Tattletale paused. So you know that. From the tone of the conversation, I would have expected no, you just told me, but Tattletale wouldn't have done that. More likely that her power confirmed her thoughts. Shadowstalker debriefed us. What do we know about this woman who controls man? The person who projects Siberian is male, but he creates a female body.
Because he's a pervert.
I think it's tied into his trigger event. Someone he lost, if I had to guess. He sought revenge for her, but something happened.
He what? He wanted revenge?
Yes. He sought revenge for her, but something happened.
Roman, if I die, please don't project me naked. At least give me some dignity.
I'll give you a loincloth, for sure.
Yeah, give me the dignity in death that I could not have in life.
Yes.
You owe me that much, at least.
Aside...
You know what? Just make me a giant panda. If I die, don't project me as, like, my beautiful self. Make me a giant kigurumi. Make me a giant panda.
Okay, sounds good.
Like Gloomy Bear. You know, the blood dripping out of its mouth. Remember Gloomy Bear?
I think so. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Like Gloomy Bear, but a panda.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I die, you can go ahead and just project me naked. It's fine.
I don't really want to have everybody seeing your bits flopping around.
Siberian doesn't have bits.
While you're, like, defending... Hey, we just established that she was indeed anatomically correct.
She doesn't have bits. The first time she was described, it said that there's nothing there.
You mean her lower half?
Yeah.
But she has tits, right?
I believe it's also completely flat. Are you processing?
I am processing. So we should still call her a she instead of a they.
I have no clue.
I'm just no tits, no bits. I feel like that should be on my shirt. I am agender on the back. Hashtag no tits and no tits or bits. Just I'm sorry, I'm being stupid. Please continue.
A side effect of the power, or just a seriously unhinged mental state. He lost it. I see. Thank you for the information. Unfortunately, none of those possibilities are narrow enough that we can use them to track him down. Not in the short term. In the long term, I don't intend for there to be a long term, Tattletale. This ends today. Tattletale paused. What did you do? You're planning something. Something you're wanting to keep a secret. And it's big.
Oh, your mistake was talking to Tattletale. That surprise bombing thing is no longer going to be a surprise.
Tattletale, you've been observing and gathering information on the PRT for some time now. Do you think I'm a stupid woman?
Like, I would not ask Tattletale this question. You're just going to come back and get you.
Stupid? No. Genius? No. There was the sound of a dry laugh from the other end of the phone. No, I admit that's true. But I like to think I'm resourceful. I'm fighting in a ring where my opponents are bigger, stronger, smarter, faster, and better equipped than I am. And the cost of failure on my end is far greater than it is for any of you. You understand? I'm competent, and I wouldn't waste my time trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
And yet, this is what you're trying to do.
So, no secrets. I plan to bait you here with the same subtle offers of information you praised me for earlier, but you're here anyways, so I'll tell you what I'm planning. In a matter of minutes, we firebomb the area where the main group of the 9 are situated. That's insane, I spoke. Was that Skitter? Yeah, Battery replied.
Did she just tell them she was going to bomb everybody?
Yep.
Oh. So that the information revealed in the interlude wasn't necessarily fully necessary.
It's necessary, Skitter, the director told me.
I am psychic! My friends are right! Oh my god, I'm on a roll today!
It's breaking the rules between capes. The same rules that hold things together in an Endbringer event. We're fighting a common enemy. True, but not the full story. We made no agreement of cooperation, and so there can be no betrayal here. My teammates are there, fighting the 9, and they're doing it for the city. You'd be punishing them for that.
Wait, who said that?
Taylor.
Okay.
Legend did warn them that they shouldn't. He was told to, I quote...
Oh my god, that's pretty dickish.
He was told to, I quote, suck shit.
Who told him that?
That would be bitch. Or maybe imp. Probably bitch.
I mean, he can suck shit.
Tattletale quirked an eyebrow. Did he specifically tell them they shouldn't because you're bombing the neighborhood? Would you believe me if I said he didn't get the chance? I'd say 50% of it is that he didn't get the chance, and 50% is that he didn't try that hard. The director offered a non-committal in reply. And you're telling us this because we've studied you. We know what you prioritize, and I believe that you'll enter the fray to save your teammates. Or we could phone them. Do you want to try? Tattletale glanced at me and grew. No point, I guess. You're blocking unofficial communications in the area. Yes. We have to hamper communication between the 9 if we want to catch them off guard. You understand. I do, and that's totally the entire reason you're doing that, Tattletale said. She glanced over in the direction of the fighting. How long before the area is bombed? Can't say. On the record, as with your teammates, we're forbidding you from entering the area. But I expect you're doing so anyways.
Okay, so you're giving rules to a bunch of villains who actually don't follow the rules. Okay.
Against my recommendation. Absolved of blame, Gru spoke. His voice was tight, his body tense. The director ignored him. The moment I heard you were in the picture, I told my subordinates to change the time.
Right.
They'll inform me about the new time of attack as soon as I've hung up. It's not a perfect solution, but perhaps your actions from this point will reveal something about your power and its limitations. But please understand that we just can't risk that you'll inform the Slaughterhouse 9 about the scheduled attack.
Oh, this is brutal. Telling them, okay, see, making this a secret thing, that was already bad enough, but this is brutal. This is like the whole, like, I'm going to shoot you, I'm gonna, like, kidnap your relatives and shoot them in front of you and make you watch, like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
And there's a chance we'll be collateral damage, out of the picture and out of your hair after the 9 are gone. How sad that you see monsters where none exist.
Oh, that is so rich.
Right. It was nice to finally talk with you, Tattletale. You should go help your teammates if you're going to. Fuck you, Piggo.
Yeah, fuck you.
There was no response, and Battery deemed the conversation over, putting away the phone. In the brief period of silence that followed, while we got ourselves ready, a voice broke through. Victoria. Don't, Glory Girl snapped. I didn't tell anyone what you did, but that's the last nice thing I'm gonna do for you. Understand? We're not teammates, we're not sisters, we're not friends. I'm sorry, Amy, Tattletale said, but we've got to go.
Oh, no.
We were moving a minute later, leaving the squad of heroes behind. Looking over my shoulder, I could see them getting information, clustering around Cash, who was regaining consciousness. Only Glory Girl stood apart, her arms folded. Wasn't quite sure about the story there, but I was getting a sense of it. I could feel Amy tapping my arm. What? I had to raise my voice to be heard. Drop me off, she spoke into my ear. It took a few
Who's saying that?
Amy.
Mm-hmm.
It took a few seconds to get the message to Gru and come to a complete stop. Tattletale stopped Bentley 100 feet ahead. Trickster and Sundancer looked back with mild curiosity. Their costumes didn't reveal much about their expressions. Not thinking straight, Amy said. Not enough to go into a situation like this. Don't want to get bombed. It's fine, I said. Still willing to help? She nodded. I'm going to send you the bugs I can't use. If you want to make more bugs that can relay my signal, that'd be great. If you can think of something else... I need firepower. And we're going to be short on mobility if we need to make a run for it, Gru said. Too many of us for 2 dogs that can carry people, unless we're lucky and Genesis picked a form that works. We'd sent Regent's group out with Shatterbird, Imp, and Ballistic, with the idea that Genesis would meet them there. They'd taken one of Coil's trucks, since Bastard wasn't old enough, big enough, or trained enough to carry a rider. What am I supposed to make? Figure it out, Amy. If you can't think of anything, the relay bugs are excellent. Really. Okay. She let me help her down. Skitter, Tattletale called out. We should be close enough. Want to pass them a message? I nodded. I had 6 of the relay bugs, and it took only a minute to set them up so they formed a chain, extending my reach for an additional 6 city blocks in one direction.
A literal chain of command. I love it.
Nice.
Nice?
Nice.
Thank you.
8.5 in total. I swept them outward, and the one at the furthest point lagged behind. Still, it gave me the opportunity to cover a wide area. Bugs mobilized throughout, and I began funneling the less offensive ones back toward Amy.
The less offensive ones.
No-see-ums, earthworms, caterpillars, and roughly half of the houseflies in the area began filtering back.
No-see-um. Let me see what that is. Ugh, sandflies. Well, good thing they're not gonna bite. Ugh.
I maintained some of the dragonflies and other mobile bugs for the sake of getting a feel for the area.
Oh, wow. They're actually called no-see-ums.
Yep.
I spelled it N-O-C-I-U-M.
No, It's no dash C dash
No seums.
no CMs.
It's not no seums, it's no seums. You don't see them.
Yep. Okay, I
No, no,
pronounced
no, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just kind of like, man, I like the way I spelled it better.
Yeah.
It sounds more scientific. Wow, now I learned something new today. No seums.
I could sense Regent's group running to cover. Ballistic was bombarding Crawler, relying on the impacts to drive the brute back. Crawler was fast, and he was agile, with preternatural reflexes.
Ugh.
But Ballistic was unloading on him with projectiles that moved faster than sound. Crawler dodged only 2 and 3, and Ballistic followed up on any successful hits with a series of shots to pound Crawler into the nearest available surface and pin him there. Genesis had formed a body that was winged. It resembled a pterodactyl with arms, a griffin, or something in that vein. He was making an effort to drop large chunks of rubble onto Crawler. He was strong enough that it barely slowed him down, but time he spent hauling a section of wall off of himself was time for Ballistic to get his hands on material for another shot. Shatterbird offered support with a constant hail of glass to harry Crawler and keep him from finding traction on the pavement. Jack, Bonesaw, Mannequin.
Bones don't have hands yet.
I found the former two in a parking lot. My bugs sensed what I judged were Bonesaw's mechanical spiders, tearing cars apart and converting the components into more spiders. There was a group of people with her, shuffling behind them. Mannequin was MIA. That was bothersome. He was able to detect and avoid my bugs, which meant he was a factor I had to keep in the back of my mind. Found them, except for Mannequin. Amy? Be careful. I don't know if Jack's team is going to break the rules they set, but Mannequin could come after you. I was so used to dealing with my teammates, people who were experienced in this sort of thing, that I hadn't expected much more than confirmation. She looked legitimately scared at the prospect. Here. I directed a ladybug into my palm and extended it towards her.
Oh, a cute one.
Crush it and I'll come.
Oh. Oh, right. Sorry. Sorry. It's like, oh, it's a cute little ladybug. It's gonna be an emotional support animal for your harrowing journey. Crush it if you need me to come. Oh.
Crush it and I'll come.
It's just, so she sends no-see-ums and, like, gross things and calls them the less offensive ones, and then hands her a ladybug and says, crush it if you want me to come over.
Yep.
Taylor, what do you find offensive and not offensive as far as bugs are concerned? Please, inquiring minds want to
Okay,
know.
when Taylor says offensive, are you interpreting this as like, oh, I take offense at that?
Oh, she means like being able to fight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just thought like bugs, like just less offensive bugs to me.
Yes,
are
I'll only
ladybugs.
send you the nice bugs.
I don't know. Maybe Amy like doesn't like bugs because a lot of people don't like bugs and they're gross. You're making a note of this because you want them to know because you think this is amusing.
Yes,
Fuck you.
this is important.
No, it's not. Fuck you. Look. It's just I find no-see-ums quite offensive. Okay, they're the biting midges, biting gnats, and sandflies. They're quite offensive, especially when my skin is involved.
Crush it and I'll come, or transmit some signal with my power. You have my backup, understand? Okay. She took it, but she didn't look reassured. The first bugs were flowing into her cupped hands. I could feel nervous systems intermingling, 2 bugs becoming 1, and that strange hollowness that told me I didn't have a complete grasp on how they functioned, that there was a part of them that was beyond the reach of my power. I drew out words with my bugs on a surface of wall where Regent would be able to see. Evacuate. He ran his fingers through the bugs. After a moment's thought, I gathered them into a square, organized by rank and file. It took me 2 tries, but I managed to make them move to form letters, then regroup.
So she's forming the letters where?
On a wall next to Regent.
Okay.
Yeah. He dragged his fingertip through the bugs to spell out a reply. can't. We run, we can't keep Crawler down. We're coming, I wrote to him. Let's go, I called out. Tattletale...
They said they can't keep Crawler down.
Yep, if they're running.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, I called out. Tattletale turned in her seat and kicked Bentley to get him going. Rue did the same for Sirius. Having gathered as many bugs as I could, I drew my relay bugs back and spaced them around the perimeter of my own range, effectively extending it by a block in every direction. Have to stall Crawler long enough to make a run for it, I shouted. Have to do it in the next 8 minutes, Tattletale called out.
Oh, she figured it out.
Rue was getting serious to keep pace with Bentley, who was brawnier and slower. Bombs hit then? Sometime after then. Could be 8 minutes and 10 seconds, could be 15 minutes. I swore under my breath. 8 minutes made for a deceptively small amount of time.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
The heroes were gathered.
I can't do any dental procedures in 8 minutes.
Oh, geez. Could you...
I can do an exam. That's it.
Oh, okay. That's
I can
a
do
procedure.
an exam, asterisk, an exam, a recall exam on somebody who is very consistent with their dental care. So for you, I could do your exam in 8 minutes. Because you have here's the thing. You have all of your teeth. I have to check all of your teeth. So, God, yeah, depending on the person, I can't even do an exam in 8 minutes. I need at least 15. Like our hygienist gets 1 hour with each patient. She spends 45 minutes cleaning and she gives me the rest of the 15 to like look at the x-rays and talk to the patient and get like, a good sense of like what's going on with their teeth so I can check. So sometimes if they have a lot going on, I do the check, I look at the x-rays, and then I bring them out to the front desk and then I continue the conversation. So that can go up to 30 minutes depending.
Yeah. Okay.
I
8 minutes is super short.
I can't do anything in 8 minutes. I can do an exam on you because I already know your history and I'm just doing a quick checkup for you and I've seen you a few times. I know who you are.
Could you make instant ramen in 8 minutes?
I could make 2 cups of instant ramen because it's 3 minutes each.
Do 2
Could
and 2
I eat
thirds
it
cups?
though? No.
Okay.
Do I have enough time to make one small cup of instant ramen and eat it? Well, no, because I need for the ramen to cool down. I can't actually finish eating the ramen that fast.
Oh.
That's not a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time.
Oh my god, you don't even have time to eat the instant ramen. Oh, no, actually, I could do it. I wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. I mean, I had 8 minutes for my lunch break that one time this last week, but you know.
This is a good stopping point if you want to stop here. Yeah? All right. Well, then next time we find out if they escape the bomb.
They will, because how much more of the story do we have? 2/3?
Oh, didn't I tell you this is the last chapter?
You said 2/3. You said this is about a third of the way. You said we're 1/3 of the way through.
Yes.
So I have 2/3 of the story left, which means they're not gonna die.
Okay.
Good suspense. Cool to know.
All right.
But they're not gonna die.
Well, I think that'll be it for tonight. As usual, please leave comments or feedback or questions on YouTube or in the Discord, and we will get back to you.
All right.
Alrighty.